So hi guys, today I also have a quick video, and as you can see, this is Brett, the meme coin Brett. This is the main meme coin for the base chain, Coinbase. So I think it's an interesting coin that you can have a look at it, which I also think could present a very good opportunity for us to buy. And I'll immediately start from the daily time frame, because I don't want to start from the monthly time frame to not make this video too lengthy for you. So immediately what you can see here, as always, you can clearly see that this is an impulsive win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see that this is a 2 because this was what you call a triangle correction for the 2, right? This one here. So that's why you have always to make sure that you can see the degree of the correction or the type of the correction, so that you can have this label these corrections correctly. So you can this was a 1, a 2 triangle, then a 3, then you can see the 4 now was an ABC, a deep correction. Because what you normally see in these markets is, if the 2 is shallow, if this 2 is shallow, then the 4 will be deep. Or if the 2 is too deep, then the 4 will be shallow, right? That is the alternate rule for Elliott wave theory. So immediately what we can see here is this was a 5-wave structure up, a 5-wave structure up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And currently what we are having is the correction part, which you can see is a double correction where you have an ABC. You have an ABC, then you have another ABC that now will create the X. The ABC can change this color, and then now we are in the final ABC, which I believe is an a B, a C. Clearly, you can see that this now correction is almost to where it's supposed to be. And as always, you look at the demand zone. You can see the demand, the guys who created this big green candle here, they are the guys who are their conviction is being retested there. Let me just clear the chart for you to see. So they are testing this demand here. The guys who are buying it there. Those are the guys that you can see, and I bet you it is around the golden ratio level as always. So that way, yeah, you can see anywhere between the 0.786 to 0.618, all these levels are the best levels to buy, right? So like this red candle here, these any buys here, I probably think will be good buys. But as always, remember that this is the daily time frame, so you wait for your confirmation between the 1 and the 4-hour time frame, and that is where I'm going to go now, because you have seen that price has already anywhere within this range. These are good. This is a good zone to buy. But to be sure, what do? You dive into the low time frame. So let's look at the low time frame, and I will immediately shift the 1 to the 4-hour. So you can see that that is a clean ABC, and currently they are testing there. You can fine tune that this is the demand zone that they are testing now. That is your demand. So even let's remove this big box. This is where the price is. And this is where I think you will see some bounce. If price is going to be bearish, they'll have to buy it to this supply for it to reject, right? And that is where you have to be patient. Most people think that immediately when they start seeing price going up, that price has left them. No, price will always come and test to see whether these buyers here have conviction for these buys. They must be able to hold the price to push it further. So so like normally what I always advise is you can wait for them to recapture the last supply, which is this zone here. That is the zone you want to see break above. You want to see something like this. You want to see them buy to break that zone. They break this supply and then they retest it. Your job is now to buy this retest. If you buy here, you can clearly put your stop loss up below this demand or below the low, depending on whether you are trading futures or you are trading spot. And then you can start targeting these clean highs here. Like always, I always tell people to always get something out of these markets, because when they decide to reverse, the markets can reverse and you end up being in profit and then closing the trade in a loss. So always try to get something, or try to, when you see this supply has been taken out, especially the daily supply zones, that is where these three green candles here that push the price low. When you see them close above here, then you know we are back in business. And that is what you want to see. So let me just dive to the one now. What do you see? Also, another interesting thing, or another thing that I can advise, is you always need to have your momentum line, or what people call the trend line. So you look at the last structure. You have this trend line here, or from there to that zone, right? So you wait for them to break out of this trend line and you can buy the retest. Buy the retest of this trend line, put your stop loss just below there. And that is how you can enter into this market. But overall, I think this breadth is good, because you can see immediately that this was your wave one. This is a minor wave one. This is the wave one. So what we want to trade now is the wave three, and then four, and then five. So this is what you want to see. And if you want to know the targets for bread, it's pretty simple. What you do is you take your extension fib, the fib based extension tool. Where are you? Where are you? You're supposed to be here. Here it is. Yeah. So you take from the main low one to the one high to the two low. And you know that the next target is around the 14 cents. And if you get an extension, it is going to 20 cents. So that is the trade that you want to trade, this next trade to that zone or that zone. That is your three. Then you'll have a slide four, then complete, and then you'll have the last five. And remember that since these two, like I was telling you in the beginning of this video, when you get a deep correction for a two, then you know that the four will probably be shallow. It will not be so deep, it will just be shallow, at least to the 0.386 level. So you'll take your fibs to that level. Yeah, anyway, between the 23% and 38%, that is your normal target. And I believe that that is where Brett is going. At least that is your first target. You can put it at 20 there. That is your first target, especially if you get an extension for wave 3, or at least the 0.14. And remember that the wave 3 normally comes very quickly. So this will be you will see big green candles to this level. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and kindly subscribe, because I'm trying to give you these long trades that you can hold for a while, and this will give you big profits. So subscribe to the channel, guys, and if you have any comments, suggestions, kindly put them below on the comment section.